Have you ever wondered what AR was? Or what it is? Or what it could be? Well, if you didn't, we're here to tell you. But first off, you got to know what AR is. And it's not accelerated reading. It's adaptive radiation. So, me and my partner came up with 3 research questions to further our knowledge on the subject, so we wouldn't come into to this project very naive. So, Kwajon, would you please do the honors of reading our brilliant questions?
Of course I will, but you gotta make sure you answer them thoroughly after I'm done reading them.
No problem, buddy. Please take them away.
Our first question is, what is adaptive radiation and how does it affect the world around us?
Adaptive radiation can vary. Adaptive radiation can be the movement of organisms into a new environment where there are fewer predators and more resources for them to survive off of, which is promoting a higher standard of living and more efficiency. It can also be growth and reproduction, or it can even be an environmental niche which causes species to branch off of previous species. Now, it affects the world around us because it causes more diversification, which is, more, characteristics, differences, and growth, reproduction, as I mentioned earlier, causes species to evolve, which is a part of evolution, which is the change in characteristics through a period of time, a long period of time. For organisms like animals such as me and you, humans, it can take thousands, millions, billions, even trillions of years. Next question, please.
Second question. Why do animals go through the process of adaptive radiation?
Animals go through the process of adaptive radiation very unknowingly. They don't wake up and say, hey, I'm going to go into adaptive radiation today.
I'm pretty sure they don't speak like that either.
I don't think they talk like that. I think it would be like, meow, meow, bark, bark, stuff like that. So, but to get back to the subject. But to get back to the subject, animals go through adaptive radiation for diversification. So there will not be like the same things going around. So we can evolve, so there would be more efficiency, so there's more growth and reproduction,
And also for controlling the population.
For control, yes. For there won't be overpopulated areas. Oh, I can't wait to share this example that we learned in class that is great for adaptive radiation. That just reminded me. Yes, animals go through the process definitely for higher standard of living, efficiency, growth and reproduction, and diversification. Third question, please.
Our third and final question. What are a few examples of adaptive radiation that happen in the world?
A few examples of adaptive radiation that happens in the world can be the marsupial, my personal favorite. And for all those who are not, used to the scientific name, it is the
kangaroo.
Yes, it's the kangaroo. The kangaroo does not give birth with a normal placenta. And that's because yes, placenta. It's a funny word. Placenta. Okay. So it doesn't give birth with a normal placenta. They have their baby in pouches. They live with their young joeys, whatever, inside their pouches. Now, I like to mention them because if it wasn't for adaptive radiation, there would be no kangaroo. There would be no changes in characteristics of animals. There would not be certain type of animals, So that's one example that works perfectly. Another example, as Kwajon would like to tell us, is
the whale.
The whale. You want to explain it, or should I?
Well, scientists have discovered that the whale used to be a land animal.
Who knew? A whale?
They knew. But have adapted themselves over time to swim in water and even still remain to have, they even still have their hind legs inside of their body.
It's not attached, but it's
not
inside the body.
But it's still there for proof.
Yeah.
And their nostrils have moved from the front of their head, where land animals will be, to the top of their head. For breathing underwater.
I'm kidding. Okay. Yeah. So the whale is definitely a prime example of adaptive radiation. Because the whale has adapted in the water, it is functional. It can hold its breath for a long period of time. It can even sleep in the water. It lives in the water. It eats in the water. It can see in the water. That is adaptive radiation all in itself. And because of previous adaptive radiation, the ancestors of the whale, which was a mammal, because a whale is a mammal, because of the environmental niche, caused a different species, which caused a different species, which caused a different species, and therefore, and thereon, and now there's a whale. Who knew? There's also one last one we would like to mention. Are you going to say it or am I?
Take it away.
I'll take it away, of course. Who does not love the dinosaur?
This guy.
We read in our packet that, our packet, which we will now give you the reference from, so you won't think that we are plagiarists, okay? The reference, the name of it is the Biological Coloring Workbook, which is a very crazy name for such a detailed packet. Of course you can't see because of the lighting, but then you would understand when you saw the pictures. So anyway, yeah, it's just like pictures of like dolphins and bats. Oh, because of ancestral mammals and ancestral reptiles, the dinosaur was able to, different kind of dinosaurs. They're like, what is that one? Like the pterodactyl. It can become similar to a bat because of adaptive radiation off a long period of time. It sort of metamorphosized into what it is today. You know what I mean? And also, different like mammals such as
Birds.
dolphins and birds. Yes, that's my example. There it is. Thank you, Quajon. Someone slapped me sooner. Dinosaurs. What I meant to say was that, did you know chickens are dinosaurs because birds are dinosaurs, which we learned in class, but I learned on 60 Minutes a year and a half ago. Well, this is a great form of adaptive radiation. Now, the dinosaur relative, the chicken, has learned that it is more efficient to not have a tail. But do you know when the chicken is born and inside the egg it is born in, it has a long tail that kind of resembles the Tyrannosaurus Rex? Did you? Chickens have dinosaur tails inside the egg. And because of adaptive radiation, they do not have them now, and they are now known as chickens. And that is our example. Just couldn't wait to put that in there. Pretty much. And, sorry for the mistakes we made. We would like to name a few sites we got our information from, like Teachers Prep, biology sites, and, SparkNotes. So, on adaptive radiation. So, if this is not right, you can blame them. No, I'm kidding. So, yeah. Peace out. I'm such a